All right, good afternoon. It is May 20th, 2019, and this is our 12 o'clock team call. I just got back from it's really a fire emergency squad, I don't know what to call it, like do it as like a thank you for appreciation week or whatever, but they have this speaker come every time, and I'm connected to this group of women through, actually I used to do their hair, and they're the ultimate networking, beautiful personalities you've ever met in your life. And I'm only sharing this because not only I love the speaker that they have come. Her name is Sue Ramsey, and she was a coach for Ashland University for, I think, 20 years. And she led them to many championships. And it wasn't because she was great at basketball, which she was, but what she teaches is team building and coaching and mentoring. And I go there so that I can be better for you guys. And I seriously cry the whole time she's talking. I hang on every single word she says because she is like beautiful inside and out. So I love, love, love going to those things. And I'm only bringing it up because Ian said to me this morning, it's so good for you to go and get your bucket filled, because we're constantly as coaches pouring into other people. And if you don't fill your bucket doing things like that, you will get drained. You will get tired. You will get sick of doing it every single day. So you have to do something for you. So I'm saying this to help you find something like that you can pour yourself into, that you can go to. There's all kinds of events everywhere, and luckily this one's close to me. It's short and sweet, and I can go for the morning and get my bucket filled and be around great people. And what she shared today was there usually are 5 people in your life that come and stay in your life that help you become who you're meant to be. There will be others that come and go, and maybe they only land there for a short time, but there are some that you should be able to hold yourself accountable to and really count on, and you need to know who those people are. And the other thing she talked about was what we say all the time. Figure out what your values are, what your beliefs are, what your goals are, and what your vision is, because at the end of the day, you're going to be asked a lot of things of you that might not align with your vision, and you need to know what it is, because it's okay to say no. And I talked about this at BNI last week. If it's not your jam, or you're not great at it, or it's not what you want to be doing as far as your vision and your focus for where you're going, that's okay. And you can't do all the things and be great at everything. Like, you kind of have to pick your focus and what it is that you want to do and put your time and energy into that 1 or 2 things. Because if you try to spread yourself too thin, my husband says this to me all the time, you'll be great at nothing. So pick the things that you want to focus on and say no to the things that aren't. So that being said, I was asked 2 years ago to be varsity cheer coach for my daughter's cheer squad, and it was painful that I had to turn it down. But I have other small kids that wouldn't be fair to, because of the time and energy it would have taken for me to do that. And she had a really rough year. And this woman, I listened to her speak, and I literally sobbed the entire time. I probably look like an idiot. And I warned the people around me today, I will probably cry, because this woman just speaks my love language. She speaks to me. I love everything she says. And she is the dream coach. She is the person that you would want your kids to be coached by at all times. And we can only pray that somebody out there that's willing to invest this kind of time and energy into our children. But I had to say no, because it doesn't align with my vision, like with my family and the dynamic. I came home to be with them, and I would have to say no to something else if I said yes to that, right? So it was painful. It was hard to do, but I had to say no to it, and being able to focus with my family and my business and my husband's business. So there's some things that we do have to say no to sometimes, guys. So with that being said, I also plan to talk to you about, at least I was not long-winded. Let's talk about cookies and cream. I'm going to blast everybody today. I'll probably send messages on Messenger. I'm not really posting on Facebook yet because I feel like Cindy said not to post till tonight. Corporate doesn't like when we put it out too early. I don't know why they forget about that, but that's just the way it is. So I will do my Hit 'em Up app, and I will do Messenger because I like it in the regard that anything you send to someone through Messenger does bring them back to your page. So when you're posting about transformations and testimonials, you can really hit that hard this week. So hopefully it'll boost your enrolling as well. Awesome that we have this new incentive with corporate for the free celebration tickets. I don't know if everybody knows how to do that. I think everybody here does. I think you all have links in the team page as far as sip and samples. I actually have 3 in 1 week. Like not me personally, but my team has 3 that I have to go to. So it just worked out that way. And I'm excited for them to have free tickets. Gabby's super pumped because she's getting to go to Celebration. I have a new gal, Patricia, who's going to go to Celebration because of the free tickets. And hopefully, I'm doing one for someone in Akron, actually, that's brand new. I've been talking to her for several weeks, and she kept saying she wanted to get started, but she wanted to wait. Her daughter had some medical issues. So what I'm going to share with you in the training part is a lot to do with be patient with people. We think that the day we talk to them, they should enroll, and that, you know, it shouldn't take time for them to decide. But it took me 6 months, guys. So, and not everybody's a yes, right now I'm going to do it. You have to keep just being there, create the relationship. And the training that I was watching was from Zach and Edom Slobin about past, present, and future, and how to make those connections belly to belly. Because while social media is awesome and it's easy, but we cannot just post and pray and hope to the heavens that people will reach out to us and enroll, because that's not how it works. You have to do the work behind the scenes, because your posting is only part of the puzzle. And then you must go back and message those people that you have on your list, and then bring them back to your page, because otherwise they might not ever see your post. And there's something really awesome to me one day about what she said as far as verbiage to someone. She said, "Hey, I just wanted to reach out to you. I've been waiting for you to reach out to me for 2 years, and you haven't yet. But I really think that this is something that could help you in your life." And that is such from the heart and not scary to put out there, because they might say no, but that's okay. But at least you're able to say it. So if you have someone on your heart today that you know that you can help, that maybe you're waiting for them to come to you, don't wait. Send a message and just say, "Hey, I've been thinking of you, and I want to share with you what I'm doing because I think it could change your life." Right? Make it easy. But when you're new connections, sometimes new connections take longer. So remember that when you first meet someone, it could take 3 to 6 months for them to get started with you, because they have to keep seeing you, keep talking to you. But I'm going to talk about what they do and what they teach on as far as the past, present, future, the questions that you should ask. And typically when I do this, honestly, they ask for my Facebook. Like, "Hey, are you on Facebook? I want to connect with you." And it makes it really easy, so it doesn't feel like you're like badgering them to get to know their connection or their information. So what they said, I'll send the video link to you guys. It's really great. But they said, "So what would you do if social media was gone?" I feel like you could still build and still create a significant income without any social media. So that's what you have to think about. Yes, social media is great. You're going to make connections. You're going to have enrollments from it. But I don't know about you. Typically, the majority of mine are face-to-face contact, belly to belly. Okay, people that know me, like me, and trust me. When it's someone that I don't know, like when I get referrals from my BNI group and they give me their person's phone number, the connection isn't there. They don't know me. They've never met me before. And I said this on my podcast, actually, like, it's a very personal thing to trust someone with your health and wellness goals, because most people have tried everything. They're afraid they're going to fail again. Sometimes it's better to talk to a perfect stranger because if you fail, you can totally disconnect from them and never talk to them ever again. But sometimes you think, I don't know this person. How do I know that they can really help me? Right? So that's why you have to establish the relationship. So what they said also is action equals results. And posting on Facebook, commenting on their posts, and liking their Facebook page is not action. Picking up the phone is the action part, or going out and meeting people in person. And I know you guys are all pretty great at that. So let's see, where did my notes go? There they are. All right. So first series of questions, like say you introduce to someone, they use the example of a server. So how long have you worked here? Are you from this area? And then if they say, I've worked here for 10 years, you say, wow, you've worked here for 10 years, you must love it. That's a present question, okay? And they'll answer you and say, yes, I love it. And what they said, they love it. Okay, like cool. You don't necessarily even want to talk to that person other than they might need good nutrition. This isn't going to be someone that builds the business with you. But maybe they say they hate it or it's okay. Well, can you see yourself working here for another 20 years, 10 years down the road? They might say yes, they might say no. If they say no, what would you rather be doing? Because we all have something we would rather be doing. Maybe it's going to the beach, maybe it's traveling, maybe it's being with their kids at home, those kind of things. And then that opens things up for you to say, well, what if I could show you a way to earn an income from anywhere you are and be able to travel the world, be with your children at home? How does that sound? And they're probably going to be like, yes, I'm all in. But this is where they want you to have posture. And you don't want to unload everything and verbally vomit all over them. You want to back up and say, okay, this is not the time or place right now to talk about this. I would love to get you more information. So if you could find yourself on Facebook, let's send a friend request and get their email so that you can follow up with that as well, and tell them, set the appointment. I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow. What time is good for you? Because that way you have the connection and then you can follow up. That's kind of even what I'm doing on LinkedIn. I feel like people are more open on LinkedIn to respond, as far as people don't ghost you. They will at least get on the phone with you. And so far I've talked to mostly other network marketers. So I've talked to a Roden and Fields lady. I've talked to a doTERRA person. Now, tomorrow is my first call with someone that I think is just a personal trainer. So while I'm excited, at the same time, I know we are the hardest sell because we already know how to eat healthy. We know how to eat clean. We know how to work out. So we are not necessarily the easiest people to talk to. But what I'm getting here is practice. I'm practicing with my story. I'm practicing talking to people. And the more people you talk to, the more enrollments you will have. So what they say is definitely practice. It takes time. You might be sloppy at first when you're doing this past, present, future thing. I'll send you the whole video so you can watch it. It's probably around 40 minutes, but it's a great training. What else? I was telling Gabby on the phone, so there's a lot of things I do in a day and I don't even realize that I'm doing it. I have a Facebook list. I think that everybody on here might already have that in their Facebook, but it makes it easy for you to go back to your prospects because you can literally put people in groups of where you meet them, maybe even years that you meet them, years that you connect with them. So it's good to take all your Facebook friends and put them into a group. And I'll admit to you that I was being probably kind of lazy, making lots of Facebook connections, but not going back and sending them a message as soon as I connect with them. Like, hi, nice to meet you. Love your Facebook page. Love, your kids' pictures, whatever. Just creating a conversation, because that's what creates the connection, that creates the friendship that gets you even further in the game. So that's what I'm learning about doing LinkedIn. While it's pretty much the same thing, there were things I wasn't doing. I wasn't following up. So as soon as I make a connection now, I send a message. Hi, so great to meet you. I'm, looking over your page and it looks like we could maybe somehow partner. How can we get together and talk? Now, I'm not saying everybody answers me, but a lot more people answer me on LinkedIn than Facebook. So You guys have questions? Anything you want to talk about? Problems? Concerns? No? Yeah? Unmute and talk to me, Bree.
I am just super excited to start trying LinkedIn. I really in-laws are in town, and my time is only their time, so sitting in my car hiding. But anyway, super excited about Cookies and Cream. Rock on! It's going to hope it does amazing things this week. And the first thing that you said was focus on what I want to do and don't spread myself too thin, because I'm definitely I do that a lot. So thanks for saying that.
You're welcome. We're all guilty. I know I could get myself involved in even more than I already am, and I have to slow down because as I get older, I'm not as good at multitasking with so many different things. Somewhat, I have to be thankful for my husband because even when I don't like that he tells me not to do stuff, he's there to tell me because he's my voice of reason sometimes. Because I would keep going until I was totally worthless. That's just my nature. I like to do that. I like to overdo myself. So I'm not saying that you have to do LinkedIn, but if you're going to only use Facebook, then just make sure that you're following up with your connections and making messages to them directly. Because I know I was not doing that. I'm just telling you, when I come to you guys with stuff, it's stuff that I need to work on too, that I need to be consistent on. So as much as I sound like I might be preaching at you, I am doing this along with you. I am just reminding you because I know I need to do it too. So, there are many, many avenues of this business, and I feel like sometimes I'm good at enrolling, sometimes I'm good at making consultants, and I'm never usually linked at the same time altogether. Cindy says the same thing. So, you know, when one thing isn't working, maybe I'm not enrolling, that's when I reach down and I look for people that are close to a consultant and I check and say, do you have someone to talk to? Do you need me to help you? Do you want to come to a launch party? With all these events that we're having, we have plenty of days and times to introduce people. So that is pretty cool. That's what it's kind of like going to be a boom in June, I think. Just naturally, because even the first week I have 3. So I will open them up to everybody too. One's in Akron, one's in Bolivar, and two are in Bolivar actually. So I like having different places to go, different locations. So just know I'm not preaching at you. I'm doing this with you, and I'm just reminding myself at the same time. Well, you don't have any.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
Hey, it's Kendra. I don't even, it shows up what my name is since I called in. So first, thanks for doing the calls. I love when I can actually get on. So my couple questions are, do we still do the 10% off the 6 of Cookies and Cream? Was that just a no-go for the birthday cake shake only?
You know, let me check on that. Sure.
Okay.
You know, birthday cake was so expensive to make, they took a loss.
Right. Yeah. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't something they were going to do with like all seasonal shakes moving forward, because I usually tell people about that, but I didn't want to tell them if I was wrong.
Right. I feel like Cindy did say that moving forward it was going to be that way, but let me double check and I'll get back to you.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking too, but I just thought I might be not remembering right.
What'd you say, Bree?
Somebody posted about that. Jackie, Lisa Macy said that you don't get the 10% off. It was posted this morning.
All right.
Okay, thank you. My other question is for the, and I'm sorry, I jumped in like 1 minute late into the call. So if you do the sip and samples, is there a limit on how many you can get, like the promotional stuff, like the free membership codes and the $50 coupon, or is it just as many as you want to book?
I think it's as many as you want, and I think it runs till like November or something. Now, celebration
cool.
tickets are limited, and once
Okay.
gone, they're gone. So I don't, and they were close, is what Cindy said. So if you want the celebration tickets, then you definitely want to get it in there. And I think the only rule is that you do have to have a guest signed up on the Eventbrite link
Okay.
to get everything. So
Yes, I would guess. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Cool.
So that the nice
All right.
you can literally advertise, the first 5 to get started have free enrollment
Okay.
at the party. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good incentive for people to get started.
All right. Cool. That's all I got.
All right. Well, thank you, ladies, for jumping on. If I hear more information on the
We
master,
can't,
I'll be sure
we
to.
post about cookies and cream or not till today?
I'm going to double check on the mastermind call. I would say tonight. You can message. You can send private messages, but not post. But let me double check. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, ladies. If you need anything, let me know.
Thank you.